I'm Nate Hogan. This is day 6 of the March Marathon, and today we're talking about finding your purpose. I hear so many people talking about how they don't know what they want to do with their life, they don't know where they want to live, they don't know what job they want to have, and I'm going to help you guys figure that out. I'm going to show you guys what I did to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my life, what I want to do, where I want to live, how much I want to earn, where I want to travel, because you really have to put thought into this. It's not going to be overnight. You're not going to sit down one time and then have your whole entire life figured out. And the life I have figured out right now may not be and probably won't be exactly the life I end up living, but it makes you feel a sense of, direction, and then you can work toward it. So every time you have a situation, you could say, is this taking me toward my goal or away from my goal? Which is very important. So make sure you get a pen and paper. This is a very interactive video. You're going to have to actually take steps. You're not going to benefit if you're just watching. You need to actually be following along, unless you already know what you want out of life. So first things first, like I said, most people complain about not having direction, whether it be where you live, what you want to do, etc. So I was in the exact same spot in December. I was like, I don't know where I want to live. I don't know what I want to do. I just know that this isn't really, like, what I'm doing isn't really taking me where I want to go. I kind of had that realization where I was like, all right, the things I'm doing aren't taking me in the right direction. Like, this isn't what I want to do my whole life. This isn't where I want to live. And then from there, I kind of stumbled upon all this. And then I was like, okay. And today I was reflecting. I was like, okay, this can help some people. I know a lot of people who don't know what they want to do. They don't know, what steps they want to take, where they want to live. And I want to help you guys because trust me, my life has completely changed since I figured out what I wanted. Because then it's so easy to make decisions because you know exactly what you want. And so you can just say, well, is this going to help me? Yeah. All right, let's do it. If not, okay, yeah, maybe not. So I'm going to teach you guys exactly what I did, walk you through the process. Like I said, it's not going to be overnight. You're not going to sit down, figure it out, and then be like, all right, I'm good to go. It took me multiple weeks. And then once you figure it out, you still refine it, you still adjust it. It's not like it's set in stone. You can continue to add things, take things out, whatever. There's no rules. So let's get started. And if you don't have a destination, you will forever walk in circles. This is what I don't even want to know the number, but it seems like most people, probably 99% of people, they don't have any direction, right? You don't have a destination, so you're going to walk in circles. You're going to walk in circles, right? You get a raise, and then you buy the new car, and then you buy the new house, and then all of a sudden you end up having the same amount of money at the end of the month. And then it goes in a circle. And then it's time to retire, and you're like, "Oh shoot, I have no money," or "Oh shoot, I didn't live a life I want to live," or "Oh shoot, I didn't get to go on any of those vacations I want to go on." And so what I'm here to help you do is set that destination, because then you won't walk in a circle. It's impossible. The only way you walk in a circle is if there's no end point, because you don't know where you're going. So how do you expect to walk in the right direction if you don't even know where you're headed? So this is why it's so important, because most people walk in circles, and then the later years of your life, which are supposed to be the best years, where you don't have to work, you don't have to worry about anything, you have plenty of money. A lot of people aren't in that situation, and so I want to help you guys, because I'm sure it's mostly younger people watching this. I want to help you guys set yourself up so you're never in this situation, and hopefully before you're too old, you're able to live the life you want to live. You're able to do what you want to do. You're able to make as much you want to make. So, first things first, you need to take inventory. You need to be honest with yourself. Sit down, get a piece of paper and a pen, okay? And you need to take inventory on yourself. Where are you right now? How much are you making? How much debt do you have? What's your net income after all of your expenses of the month? Where do you live? How much are you traveling? How happy are you? What's your physical state? Are you in good shape? Are you out of shape? Do you want to get in shape? You need to just take complete inventory of yourself in all areas. And you can't skip anything. Don't skip any areas. Make sure you get your emotional health, your mental health, your physical health, your bank account, your financial health, your relationships, your friendships. Take inventory of everything, right? You need to know exactly where you are, because that is step one. You need your current location, right? You go to Google Maps and you want to go somewhere. First thing you have to do is put in your current location, which it usually does automatically, but it always needs your current location. This is the same exact way. So do not skip this step. A lot of people kind of overlook it, or they don't spend much time on it, but you need to be honest. Be like, look, this is how much money I have. This is how much money I owe. I'm not happy. I'm not in good shape. You need to figure this out, because this should make you dissatisfied, and this should put you into action. It should be like, okay, look, what I'm doing isn't working. I need to change. And that's what we need. So step 2, and please pause the video, do these exercises, take the inventory, then replay it, or watch the whole video and then go through again and do it step by step. But please do not just watch this and not take the actions. You need to take the actions. Your habits, your paradigm is going to try to tell you you don't need to do this, or this is a bunch of whatever. You need to do this. This works because nobody does it. And guess what? Nobody has any direction in their life. I spent the time. I wrote, I don't even know how many journals I've filled up. I've written down everything I could ever think of. I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly where I am. I know exactly where I'm headed. I know how I'm going to get there. Well, not exactly, but I know what steps I can take. And every step you need is revealed after you finish the next. So if you are not taking action, you're going to feel stuck. So you need to be constantly taking steps in the right direction. So step 2, you need to set your destination. You need to know where you are going, or you will never get there. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't have a destination, you're never going to get there. It's a fact, right? You're going to go in circles, just like I was showing you. So this is what you really need to spend a lot of time on. This took me multiple weeks of sitting down morning and night, every single day, as much as you can, and just think, what do you want? Okay, and let me just give you a bigger picture before you start. There are no limits to what you can accomplish. There are no limits to what you can do. The only limits you have are the ones that you've set on yourself based on your current conditioning and your current results in the physical world. Your physical results are a direct outcome of your thoughts. So you realize if you change your thoughts, you can change your results. So do not base this based off of your current results. Do not base your future life based off of what is possible right now. You want this to be unrealistic. The more unrealistic this is, the more inspired you will be. If you're setting it right, if right now you make $5,000 a month and you're like, you know what, I want to make $6,000 a month, you're not going to be inspired to make any change because you're like, whatever, it's only $1,000. But if you say, I make $5,000 a month, I'm going to make $100,000 a month. Let me tell you, you're going to be inspired and you're going to be thinking on ways you've never thought before. So you need to figure this out. Where do you want to live? There's no rules, right? Think of it like a game, because it really is. Life is a game. There are no rules to what you can accomplish. There are no limits to what you can accomplish. There are no limits to how much you can make, to where you can live. There's no limits to anything ever, except for the ones you put on yourself. So think about it. If someone said, you can live any life you want to live. You can, you don't have to worry about money. You can make as much money as you want. You can live anywhere you want to live. You can do what you want to do. What would you pick? What would you say? Where would you live? Okay? This is what you need to do, because that's the truth. That's the reality of it. I know you haven't probably been raised that way. You haven't been programmed to think that way, but it's the truth. Why do you think some people live the dream life and some people don't? It's not because they're made differently. No, they realize the power of their mind and they exercise that. So you need to sit down and figure out, how much do you want to make? How much money is enough for you? What do you want to make to be able to live the life you want to live? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to travel? What hobbies do you want to have? How do you want to spend your time? How are you going to help people, right? Because you need to help people. You need to be rendering service, in my opinion. If you're not rendering service, if you're not helping people out, you're going to live a pretty empty life. So you need to be finding a way to help people, right? How are you going to give back? How are you going to give? Because that is step 1. You need to give, and then you'll get. So you need to find a way to give. How are you going to give to people? How are you going to help people? You need to, what hobbies, what relationships you want to have? How many, what relationship do you want to have with your friends? What's your dream girl if you don't have a girl? You need to figure this stuff out. Like, literally know to the T exactly what you want. Where do you want to travel? How often do you want to travel? What's your method of travel? What car do you want? How many cars do you want? You need to think of everything. Get excited about this. There are no limits. Like, this is real. I know that you haven't been probably raised this way. You haven't been raised to think, you can do anything, you can live any life. Nobody's taught that because people don't realize that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You can live any life you want to live. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying you're going to write it down, wake up tomorrow and be like, yeah, you know what? That was really worth it. Now I'm living in the Bahamas making millions from doing nothing. It's not what I'm saying. But once you set that destination, if you hold that image in your mind, it will become your reality. It's just a matter of time. It's a law. It's a law. It has to happen. So now, like I said, this is going to take time. So, do it right now. Pause the video. Figure it out. Just pretend like you're drawing your fantasy. Like you're just drawing a fantasy story of the dream life. But then you have to realize, hold up. You have the power to make that your reality. You do. You have that power. I'm doing it. I'm completely changing my life. My life from December of last year, right? 3-4 months ago, to December of next year, it's going to be a completely different life. It takes time. I'm not saying it's overnight. Like I said, it's already been 4 months. But I'm moving so fast in the right direction. That's all you need. All you need is a destination. And then it's like bam, 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 right? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And then you start taking those steps, and they're not easy decisions because your paradigm, your habits are going to try to pull you back to your old ways, but they're obvious decisions because it's like, well, duh, like this will help me get there. This will help me do that. This will help me do that. And then you can make the decisions with ease. So you need to ask yourself, what do you truly want? Remember, God is our source, right? Everything is from an infinite source, which is God. There's infinite everything. You don't see birds falling from the sky because they don't have enough food. It's just not happening, right? We are abundant beings. We are meant to live an abundant life. God wants us to live an abundant life. It is your mindset. It is the poverty mindset that is controlling your life. If you don't live a life of abundance, you have allowed poverty to win in your mind, right? That is the devil. The devil has taken over your mind with negative thoughts. You have allowed him to grow weeds in your mind instead of planting good seeds. So you need to be monitoring your thoughts and consciously planting these good thoughts, which is what we are doing. That is why you need to subscribe. You need to stay up to date with all my videos. I'm going to help all of you guys completely change your lives. It's changing my life, and I want to help as many people as possible change theirs. So, step 3. Once you have your set life, right? And I know it may not be completely refined yet, right? You might have just written it one time. You're like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I want to live here or here. You know, it's going to take time. You have to go visit these places. Like I did. I literally went and visited all these places as if I was moving that day to figure out exactly where I want to live. So now you're going to make a committed decision because it's so important. Once you make a decision, and I have a quote at the end of this, it puts you on a new frequency, right? Because you can say, I want to make, $1 million a year. Wishing is cool, right? Oh, I want to make $1 million a year. That doesn't do anything because your mind knows that like it's not happening. Like you cool. Yeah, you want to do that? So do I. Awesome. But once you decide I am doing this, you're like, holy smokes, how am I going to do this? Your mind's like, what's going on? You're bouncing all over the place. That's what you want, right? You have to make a committed decision, and preferably like try to put a time frame on it. I don't like to live by time frames because God's timing is perfect timing. But when you have some sort of time frame, it puts urgency on you, and you're not going to be like, it helps you to not look at it as a future thing and look at it like, I'm doing this now. Like, how do I do this right now? Like, if it's a financial goal, how am I going to make $100,000 in the next, however many days? How am I going to do that? And then you almost not enter like a panic mode, but like you enter a creative state because you're dissatisfied. That's when you get the ideas rolling. That's why I'm here right now, right? Because these new ideas I'm having, these new goals I have are making me do these new things. When I made a decision to make a YouTube video, I didn't even know how to record my screen with me on it until I decided I was going to make a YouTube video, and I went to go make the YouTube video, and then I had to figure it out as I was doing it. Like, that's what I mean. You make a committed decision and you'll find out how to do it, but you have to commit to it. You have to decide and say, I'm doing this, and everything you need to make that decision come true will be attracted to you because you're on that frequency. You're thinking on that level. And I know this YouTube example it may seem like, oh, whatever, but it's true. I didn't know how to do it. I don't know. I didn't even realize really my computer had a camera on it. And then I realized, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make a YouTube video and I want to have a presentation because I want to teach people. And then I was like, okay, well, how do I film something where I record my screen and record myself? So I went on the internet, looked it up. Guess what? All the information, all the answers to your questions are already here. You just have to start going and you'll figure it out. So don't be intimidated. I know it's overwhelming, but every single time you take a step, the next step is unlocked, right? It's like a video game. You unlock level 1, now level 2 is unlocked. You complete level 3, level 4 is unlocked. That's how it works. So just keep taking steps in the right direction. So let's see, make sure this isn't a fantasy land where you write down your ideas, you wake up and you have a new life. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want people to think I'm like, oh yeah, think about your dream life and then sit back and meditate on your new life and then all of a sudden, wham, it's here. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying you can create any life you want to create, and meditation is a good method, right? You're gonna like thinking about what you want is awesome. It has to like overtake your mind. Make sure it's good seeds you're planting, but you want it to overtake your mind. You want it to become your new reality. But you're gonna have to take actions, right? I'm not the type of guy where I'm like, you can manifest the lottery. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can think about winning the lottery and then you win the lottery. Maybe it happens, maybe I don't know. But I'm here to talk about business. I'm here for me in a business sense. If you don't have your own business, I'm not saying you have to have a business to listen to me, but I'm here to talk about business. I'm here to help you make more money. That's like ultimately my goal. And this works for every area of your life. But money is the easiest way to measure it and be like, oh, wow, this actually works. Then you can exercise it in all the other areas. That's my opinion. That's my experience. So yeah, make a committed decision. Sign on your written paper, your new life, that you are making a commitment to make this decision your reality, right? You have to make your brain realize like you're signing a contract. Like this, like I'm committing to this. There's no going back. Like that's kind of what you have to do. You have to, like Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, you have to burn all the bridges behind you. You have to be like, there's no going back. And that's kind of what I'm doing, right? Like I'm changing my life completely. I'm having to burn a lot of bridges. Not in a bad, like I'm not trying to burn bridges, but I'm having to leave a lot of areas of my life to create room for the new and the good that I desire. So you can't have everything, right? You can't. And a lot of people think they need to do a bunch of new stuff, but really you probably just need to cut out a lot of the bad stuff and you'll have plenty of room. So this will change your life forever. Trust me, you'll never look back. And so step 4, repetition. This isn't going to happen overnight. Like I said, I have been working on my reprogramming my mind for months. It takes time. I've made significant progress. I mean, just the way your perception changes, the way you think about things, the ideas you get, it works. Like I'm not here to sell some, this is facts. Like this is the way it works. Like your mind controls your life. You can control your mind. Ultimately, you can create your own reality. It's just the way it works. So you need to use your God-given mental faculties, your imagination and your will to hold this image in your mind. The more you think about it, the more you visualize and you see yourself like throughout the day. If you're just on a walk, right? Just picture yourself living the life you want to live. Picture yourself going on those vacations. Picture yourself driving that car. This will make you extremely dissatisfied with your current life, and it will put you in that creative state on how you can get there. Because your mind's like, oh my gosh, I want this, and it's like, well, this isn't where I'm at, and then it's like, how do I get here? And then you get answers. So it's good to be dissatisfied. I say this in probably almost every video. You want to be dissatisfied, but you still want to be happy, right? You want to be happy with what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the food and the water. Be grateful for your clothes. Be grateful for your roof over your head. But you don't want to be satisfied because we are spiritual beings living in the physical world. We have a spirit within us that is completely perfect. It is seeking expression with and through you, right? God is trying to work through you. He's trying to work through you, and you have the power. You have his creative ability. You were created in God's image. You can do anything. You can accomplish anything. So don't settle for less. Don't settle for your comfort zone. Don't settle for eating chips and watching football. And I don't say that in a negative way because, I mean, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to chill. But you don't want to get stuck in that. That's the thing. So many people just get stuck. And I think, personally, for me, I'm all in or all out. Like, I sit in this chair and I'm constantly learning. I'm doing something productive all day long, every day. At 6 a.m., I sit in this chair. I'm in this chair till 9 p.m. if I'm not working or going to the gym. Like, obviously, I still live my life, but I'm never just sitting on the couch scrolling because I want to do this. I'm trying to make a life for myself. You have to be on the same way. You have to cut out social media. Delete Snapchat. It's a waste of time. TikTok, I only post on there. I don't scroll on there. Instagram, I only post. I don't scroll. Stop scrolling. Stop rotting your brain and focus your time on this. Focus on your future. Spend your time whenever you have the urge. This is what I've been doing. Every time I have the urge to pick up my phone, I just start thinking about the life I'm going to live. And then you don't care about picking up your phone because you're getting the dopamine from visualizing your future life. And guess what? It's bringing that closer to you because the more you think about it, the more brain cells you're building, the closer it's coming. Sorry, I'm on a massive tangent, but you need to constantly be thinking about it. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take months. I mean, some things are going to happen fast. Like I had a Camaro I was selling, and I visualized it selling. I visualized it like shaking someone's hand and it like being driven away, and the next day it sold. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, this is literally how it worked. I was literally picturing someone driving it away and the feelings I would feel if it sold, like seeing it go away, seeing it, like, being sad. And then that day, I got in my truck after I was working, got on my phone, I had a text for someone who wanted to check it out, and then it sold to that guy either the same day or the next day, I don't remember. Like, that's literally how this works. Some stuff will happen very fast. Like, you're like, holy smokes, how is this even possible? And then some stuff will, like, it takes time. Like, if you're making $2,000 a month and you're trying to go to $100,000 a month, it's going to take time for your brain to make that, like, feel real. Like, it takes time. But some things, like smaller things, are going to happen really fast. And you're going to be like, whoa, like, this is crazy. Trust me, it happens. So, yeah, you have to stay persistent. You have to use repetition. You need to constantly be thinking about it, constantly making it feel like it's your current reality. Like, you want to feel like your wish fulfilled. You want to feel like someone who is who you want to be. Like, right now, I'm trying my best to feel like someone who has, 1 million subscribers. And I have like 5, right? I'm not even close. But you have to feel like someone who is, because then you're going to take the actions of someone who would have 1 million, right? I always started feeling like someone who had a lot of subscribers, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to post a video every day this month. I'm going to have a March marathon. And then you get all these ideas, right? And it's like, obviously, I don't have 1 million subscribers and not even freaking close. I don't even have 1,000. but I feel that way. And so you start taking these actions that are going to get you there. Like, it's crazy how that works. It's the stick figure, which I didn't put in this presentation. I'm sorry. I know you're probably sad. And then here are two quotes by the Bob Proctor. Rest in peace. He honestly, changed my life. Like, his content, his ideas, his thinking, the way he presented things changed me. And so when like I was saying earlier, when you make a decision, you flip your brain onto a different frequency and you will begin to attract whatever is on that frequency. That is why it is so important to make a decision. Like, wishful thinking, like Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, wishful thinking gets you nothing. It gets you nowhere. You have to make a decision. You have to have a desire. You have to say, I'm doing this. I'm doing it. I don't know how. I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm going to figure it out, right? That's kind of how it has to be. You're not going to know how to do it. Nobody knows how to achieve a goal until they've achieved it. And once someone's achieved it, they can't tell someone else how to do it. That's not how, you can't. It's not translatable. You have to figure it out. You have to raise your own awareness. You can't really share, if you have a course, you can't really share on how to, make money from that business. They have to raise their awareness, which is why I teach this, because it's it can apply to anybody. You can have a business where you mow the lawn. You can have a business where you do advertisements. These ideas still work. You will have clients coming to you. Every day I have these random people. I have no idea who they are. Call on my phone, wanting my biggest packages for my detailing business. And it's I don't know how they found out about me. None of this used to happen before I started studying all this. Coincidence? No, it's a fact, because I'm operating on a higher level of vibration. I'm on a higher frequency, right, where I make more money. I have abundance. Money comes to me easily. So guess what? That happens. Those things come to my life. And then another quote: "You are always one decision away from a totally different life." Napoleon Hill stresses it a lot as well in Think and Grow Rich. It only takes one idea to change your life. That's really all it is. For me, I think this idea is going to change my life. I'm going to help a lot of people make a lot of money. That's ultimately what it is. And guess what? If you help a lot of people make a lot of money, you're going to make a lot of money. So that's kind of what it comes down to. You have to make a decision. And one of those decisions is going to change your life. And it may not seem like, when you start acting on the decision, it may not seem like it's going to change your life. Like right now, you're like, how's this going to change your life, dude? You got 10 subscribers or 5 or whatever. Yeah, I know. But guess what? In my head, I got millions. So it's this is my passion. I love teaching about this stuff. I love learning about this stuff. I literally read about it, learn about it, listen to it all day long, talk about it, teach about it. This is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy talking about this stuff. I enjoy teaching people. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy working with people. So to finish this off, if you want one-on-one coaching, DM me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to help you. If you have video requests, if you have specific videos you want me to talk about certain topics, I'd be more than happy to do that. We're posting 31 videos this month. This is day 6 of 31. So be prepared. Make sure to subscribe and come back every single day for the new videos. If you follow every single video in this series and you are constantly taking action on these ideas, your life should be changed in the next 31 days or 30 days, 25 days, however many days are left in the month. It didn't take long for me. It takes long for a lot of money to come to you, but it doesn't take long for you to completely change your mindset, change your life, and you will feel things moving extremely quickly. So, sorry this video went pretty long, but make sure to subscribe and follow my Instagram and my TikTok at Nate Hogue on Instagram, 2 E's and 2 G's, and at Nate K. Hogue on TikTok. So, thank you. See you tomorrow.